My name is Mark Little. I'll be your host for this evening. It's my great pleasure to be here to share in, I think, what is going to be, for anyone who's Irish, a very proud night tonight. So if you can all take our seats, we'll get underway. Thank you. I say proud. I think anyone who's traveled here from Ireland, either in the last couple of days or the last couple of centuries, it's a very proud night to be here to celebrate Irish innovation. Probably a very nerve-wracking night for the 7 shortlisted finalists this evening for these awards as well. Pioneers, truly pioneers. And I think anybody who cares about the spirit, the beautiful human spirit in that word innovation, it's going to also, I think, be a very uplifting night for everybody who's here. We're honored by all of you coming here tonight, but honored particularly, I think, by the presence of some great leaders here this evening. We're going to be honoring Bill McKiernan later on after our dinner. We're also honored to have Mayor Reid here and, of course, the governor of this great state of California. Very briefly, before we hear from these leaders, can I just set tonight in context? Because I think coming from Ireland, it needs to be said just how grateful we are for what the ITLG and its supporters are doing. We all know we live in a time of crisis, a global crisis, but in Ireland, it has a particular shape. It is a disruption. Everything that we knew, the old ways of doing business, have been broken, and there are people now who realize that times have to change. We have to find new ways of doing things. The old definition of madness, it's doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. Well, I think in Ireland at the moment, there is a group of people who know things have to change. They're here tonight, some of them, among you. The educators that are uniting together, the biggest universities coming together to promote innovation. The pioneers I've mentioned from those 7 companies, the state agencies like Enterprise Ireland, the IDA, Invest Northern Ireland, people who are trying to do things differently. But we need something intangible as well as your support, your money. It's always nice to have a bit of investment. But the intangible is leadership, is that beautiful thing that is in the air of this great place, the magic of Silicon Valley, the notion that risk is good. That failure is not bad at all, it's proof you've tried. And John Hartnett is someone who, as Tom McHenry said to me earlier tonight, he has some very dangerous ideas. He's a man who inspires people to take risks. I have a story myself. After 20 years as a television journalist, I was an anchor man. I went to interview John one day and he said, we really have to create the next Google, the next Intel. We've just got to take risks. Last December, I left my job to set up a new company. I won't blame John if I go belly up, but I'll certainly let him take some of the credit for the success if I have success, because he has inspired me like so many others. And he's too modest to say this himself. We will hear from him later on. We also have a lot of old friends, John would credit as well, who've helped us and are helping us now, like the American Ireland Fund. And also, as John will also tell you, old friends in companies like Intel. Back in 1987, it was Intel's investment which helped kickstart the Irish, what we now know in retrospect as the Celtic Tiger. And the man who obviously led that company and has given us so much inspiration is Craig Barrett. And Craig will speak a bit later on, but I want to say to you this morning, we watch television, Bloomberg TV. I don't know if you saw this interview he did with Margaret Brennan on Bloomberg, and I think it's well worth just taking a look at Craig this morning talking about tonight's event, but also the work of the ITLG, because it sets things in context. So just take a look at this piece of video.